This is the video on comparing rates. Make sure you have your graphic organizer. And as you probably could tell, I'm going to be doing this video while I'm making my copies, kind of multitasking. So in the background, you're going to hear your copies being made. How can we use unit rates to compare? Well, the last couple days in math, we've been talking about unit rates. Now you're going to find out why they actually will help you in daily life. As you remember, a unit rate breaks down a rate to show a comparison to one unit. Now, by breaking down two different rates to their unit rates, we can determine who is faster, who is slower. You can even use it to determine what's the best deal when you go to the grocery store. So we're going to put this into some practice now. Well, let's put this into practice. The problem is Ethan swam 11 laps in the pool in 8 minutes. Austin swam 7 laps in the same pool in 5 minutes. Which boy swam at a faster rate? Well, the first thing we need to do is find Ethan's unit rate. And his rate is 11 laps in 8 minutes. Well, that's his rate. And to find his unit rate, we need to take the 11 divided by 8. 8 goes into 11 one time. 0, bring it down. So 8, there's the decimal. 8 times 3 is 24. Bring down the 0. 7, 56, 40. So 1.375. So for every minute, he swam 1.375 laps. Now let's find Austin. Austin swam 7 laps in the same pool in 5 minutes. Well, let's find his unit rate. We're going to need to take 7 divided by 5. Goes in 1, subtract, decimal, 0, bring down. So he swam 1.4 laps in a minute. Now, if you look, Austin swam farther in 1 minute than Ethan did. 1.4, 1 4/10 is greater than 1 375 thousandths. So in this case, Austin swam the farthest in 1 minute. So Austin has a greater rate than Ethan. Well, you can also use this at practice to be a better competitive shopper. What we can do is we can look at our deals and you can determine which one is the better buy. And our practice for this question is, what is the better buy? 3 tacos for $2.40 or 4 tacos for $3.40? Well, let's write each cost as a rate. So it's going to be $2.40 will get us 3 tacos. Or it's $3.40 will get us 4 tacos. Now, to write each deal as a unit rate, we're going to need to do some dividing. 240 divided by 3 will get us 80 cents for each taco. Over here, if we take 340 divided by 4, let's see, 4 goes into 34 8 times, 32. Subtract, it's 85 cents for every taco. So which one ended up being the better deal? 3 tacos for $2.40, because those tacos are only 80 cents each. That's a better deal than 85 cents each. Let's practice this some more. What is a better buy? 2 hamburgers for $5.68? Or 3 hamburgers for $6.90. Well, again, first thing we're going to do is write each cost as a rate. So it's $5.68 for 2 hamburgers, or it's $6.90 for 3 hamburgers. Well, we're going to divide, find out how much each individual hamburger is at this rate. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 goes into 16 8 times, and 2 is going to go into 8 4 times. So that's $2.84 per hamburger. Over here we have $6.90 divided by 3. 3 goes into 6, 2. 3 goes into 9, 3. And 3 goes into 0, 0. So those are $2.30. So if you notice which one was the better deal is 3 hamburgers for $6.90, because those hamburgers are only $2.30 a piece, whereas at the other deal you're paying $2.84 a piece. Let's do some more practice. Let's find each unit rate and determine which rate is faster. We have, for number 1, 217 miles in 7 hours, or 396 miles in 12 hours. Well, let's practice this out. Write it out. We have 217 miles in 7 hours. Now, if we were to write the unit rate, we would take 217 divided by 7. Now, 7 is going to go into 21 3 times and 7 1 time. So that breaks down to 31 miles in 1 hour. The next option is 396 miles in 12 hours. Break it down to a unit rate. We're going to take 396 divided by 12. Goes into that 3 times. 36, subtract 3. So that is 33 miles in 1 hour. Well, the one that actually goes the fastest would be the 396 miles in 12 hours, because they went 33 miles for every hour, whereas the other rate, they only went 31 miles for every hour. Problem 2, 12 laps in 8 minutes or 15 laps in 9 minutes? Well, let's write them both as a rate. We have 12 laps in 8 minutes. So if we break that down, that's 12 divided by 8. Go, bring down your decimal. So that's going to be 1.5 laps for every 1 minute. The next option, let's look at 15 laps in 9 minutes. You divide that out, 15 divided by 9. 9 goes into 60, let's see. Sorry, I had a little bit of problem with the copier there. So 9 goes into 66 times, which is 54. And you see where this is going? Yep, so we're going to get 1 and 66 repeating for every 1 minute. So you can tell that the rate that is the fastest, that does the most in 1 minute, is 15 laps in 9 minutes. Because they went 1 and 6600ths repeating laps for every minute, whereas the other option was only 1.5 laps for every minute. So 15 laps was faster in 9 minutes than 12 laps in 8 minutes. Okay, let's do another practice problem. Find each unit rate and determine which rate is greater. So is it better to have 45 strikeouts in 36 innings or 96 strikeouts in 80 innings? First rate we're going to do is 45 strikeouts in 36 innings. Well, we need to divide, so we're going to take 45 divided by 36. Goes in 1 time. 9. Bring down a decimal. Okay, so let's see how many times 36 will go into 90. I'm going to try 2. And that's 72, so I think that's pretty close. Subtract. And bring down. And 36 times, let's try 5. 30. 180. There we go. So that's going to be 1 and 2/25 strikeouts per 1 inning. Okay, tell you what, let's see if I can get rid of this so that I have some more room for my next problem. The next one is 96 strikeouts per every 80 innings. Okay, so we're going to need to take 96 divided by 80. goes in 1. Bring it down 2. So here we have 1 and 2 2/10 strikeouts per every 1 inning. Well, if you notice, the one that is greater, get a different color here, is the 45 strikeouts in 36 innings, because this number is greater. It's 1 in 2,500 strikeouts for every inning, whereas the other one is only 1 in 2/10 strikeouts. So this is our winner by 500. So they're still really close, but that is the better rate. Now let's work on some better buys. Our first option is 2 books for $15 or 6 books for $45. So the first one is $15 for 2 books. Okay, if we divide that out, 15 divided by 2, decimal. So it's going to be $7.50 for 1 book. Now, I didn't divide that all the way out, but I think most of you can take 15 divided by 2 okay. The next option is $45 for 6 books. And let's take 45 divided by 6, goes in 7, 42. 6 goes into 30 5 times. So that would be $7.50 per 1 book. So as you just noticed, this is actually equivalent rate. So it would be the same if you were to buy 2 books for $15 or 6 books for $45. They would both be $7.50 per book. Problem number 5 is 2 gallons for $5.98 or a half gallon for $1.69. Well, let's write this out. It's $5.98 for 2 gallons. So we're going to need to divide that. $5.98 divided by 2. 2 goes in there, 18. So this is $2.99 for 1 gallon. Okay, the next option is $1.69 for a half a gallon. Well, to write this out, we're going to have to take $1.69 divided by 1/2. Now, I wrote it this way because we're dividing with fractions. And as you know, we're going to keep the first the same, change the divide to a multiply, and we're going to times it by 2 over 1, the reciprocal of 1/2. Now, when all is said and done, basically what we're taking here is $1.69 times 2, because it would be 2 halves, and that would make a whole. So when we're all said and done, it would be $3.38 for every 1 full gallon. Now, the better price at this rate, or the better rate. Let's try that again. The better buy in this case would be $2.99 per gallon rather than $3.38 per gallon. I hope this makes sense, and as always, if you have any questions, please write them down and we'll go through them together in class tomorrow. And the secret word today is copier. Bye.